Hello dear kiddos, hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to see part 4 of PYQ discussion. We are doing NEET 2023 question paper and the paper code is E1. Here goes the very first question. In tissue culture experiments, leaf mesophile cells are put in culture medium to form callus. The phenomenon may be called as differentiation, dedifferentiation, development, senescence. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. The mesophile cells are cultured to form callus. What do you call that as? So children, here, if you see in the tissue culture, the leaf mesophils are nothing but specialized cells, right? They are placed in the nutrient-rich medium. They divide and form an unorganized mass called callus. This process is known as dedifferentiation. Why? Because the mature specialized cells losing their specific function and they are reverting back to meristematic cells. Okay? Yeah, so this help in regenerating new tissues or even a whole plant under the right condition. So specialized cell is reverting back to meristematic cells, right? So that is dedifferentiation. Okay. Spraying of which of the following phytohormone on juvenile conifers help hastening the maturity period, thus leads early seed production. Indole 3 butyric acid, gibberellic acid, zeatin, abscisic acid. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on kiddos, you can definitely pick it right. Yes, and the answer is gibberellic acid. Children, I'll tell you one thing. One question based on gibberellin and one question based on the previous one, that is dedifferentiation, was even seen in 2024 question paper. So these two are very important. Next one. Regarding the gibberellic acid, if you see to speed up seed production in juvenile conifers, yes, definitely gibberellic acid is needed because it promotes growth, especially stem elongation, and it breaks dormancy. Dormancy means the inactive state, and it will promote flowering. Yeah. Yes, and that leads to early seed formation. Next question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, the forces generated transpiration can lift a xylem-sized column of water over 130 meters height. Okay. Statement 2, transpiration cools leaf surfaces, sometimes 10 to 15 degrees evaporating cooling. In the light of the above statement, which is right, you have to pick. Okay. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Statement 1 and statement 2 are incorrect. Statement 1 correct, statement 2 incorrect, statement 1 incorrect, statement 2 correct. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on, my dear kiddos, you can do it. And the answer is both of them are correct. Of course, you all know the transpirational pull, right? The pulling force. So what happens? A vacuum is created, a negative pressure is created, which creates the sucking motion. Thereby, the water rises up during the daytime because of transpiration. That is strong enough to pull, a height of over 130 meter in tall trees. So statement 1 is true. Statement 2, definitely children, evaporation itself is a cooling process, right? What is transpiration? Losing of water in the form of water vapor, right, through stomata. So that definitely has a cooling effect, right, and it will cool the leaf surface by 10 to 15 degrees. Yeah. Yes, so this is true. Next question. Family Fabaceae differs from Solanaceae and Liliaceae with respect to the stamens. Pick out the characteristics specific to family Fabaceae which is not found in Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Right, with respect to stamen, okay, fine, which is found only in Fabaceae but not in Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Diadelphous and Dithecus anthers, Polyadelphous and Epipetalous stamens, Monoadelphous and Monothecus anthers, Epiphilous and Dithecus anthers. Which do you think is one set of beautiful character which is only associated to Fabaceae, not Solanaceae or Liliaceae? Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on, my dear kiddos. One such beautiful question. And the answer is Diadelphous and Dithecus anthers. So first of all, what is Diadelphous? Diadelphous, where the filaments are united to form two bundles, right? That is called Diadelphous. That is a key feature of Fabaceae, which is not found in Solanaceae. And if you look at the anthers of the Fabaceae, they are Dithecus, meaning they only have two lobes that produce pollen. Okay, they just have two lobes. So therefore, it is Diadelphous and Dithecus. Okay. You now know the meaning of Diadelphous and Dithecus. In contrast, if you see Solanaceae and all, they are epipetalous. That is, the stamens are attached to the petals. Liliaceae, they are epiphilous, attached to the perianth, not Diadelphous. Therefore, the answer is option A. Express sequence tags, we call it ESTs, refer to all genes that are expressed as RNA, all genes that are expressed as proteins, all genes whether expressed or unexpressed, certain important expressed gene. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on, my dear kiddos, you can do it. Yeah. And the answer is all genes that are expressed as RNA. Very, very important. Basically, expressed sequence tags, if you see, they are short DNA sequences, which are actually made from mRNA. These tags will help identify genes that are actively expressed in a cell, okay? And since ESTs are created from mRNA, mRNA is only produced when a gene is expressed as RNA, okay? So they represent only the expressed gene, not the entire genome. Next one. Identify the correct statement. Detritivores perform fragmentation. The humus is further degraded by some microbes during mineralization. Water-soluble inorganic nutrients go down into the soil and get precipitated by a process called leaching. The detritus food chain begins with living organism. Earthworms break down detritus into smaller particles by a process called catabolism. So you can see 5 statements here, right? Only 3 are true because every option is having only 3. So pick the right 3 statements. A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, D, E, A. What do you think? Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Come on, kiddos. You can definitely do it. Amazing. And the answer is A, B, C only. Why D and E are wrong? D, they are saying the detritus food chain begins with living. No, dead or it begins with dead organism and dead being, right? And earthworms break down detritus by process called catabolism. No, by process called fragmentation and not catabolism. You can see there. The answer slide is added. Other statements are very true. Detritivores perform fragmentation. Humus is further degraded by microbial action. Water-soluble inorganic nutrients go down into the soil and get precipitated by process called leaching, and all is true. But other two are false. Given below are 2 statements. It's assertion, reason. Assertion, if you see, late wood has fewer xylary elements with narrow vessels. True or false? Reason, cambium is less active in winters. In the light of the above statement, choose the correct option. Okay, both A and R are true and R is correctly explaining A. A and R are true and R is not correctly explaining A. A true, R false, A false, R true. Ready, everybody? Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. Okay, amazing. And here goes the answer. Children, absolutely both are true. Late wood will definitely have fewer xylary elements and very narrow vessels. And cambium is less active in winters. But is that the right reason for the assertion? Yes. How? See, the assertion, the late wood definitely will have fewer xylary elements because late wood is formed during winter when the growth slows down, therefore resulting in very fewer and smaller vessels. If you look at the reason, cambium is less active in winter, which is also true. So during winter, the cambial activity decreases due to low pressure, leading to the formation of dense compact wood with narrow vessels. Okay, because of the less activity of cambium during winter, it promotes narrower and fewer xylem elements. Okay, so both are true and correct explanation. The historic convention on biological diversity, the Earth Summit, was held in Rio de Janeiro in the year 1985, 1992, 1986, 2002. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. And the answer is 1992. Yeah, the Earth Summit 1992. Remember that. Okay. Yes, in the equation GPP, what is GPP? Gross primary productivity minus R. So you are going to find what is R now is equal to NPP is net primary productivity. Now what is R here? GPP minus R is equal to NPP. Fine. What is R here? Photosynthetically active radiation, respiratory quotient, respiratory loss, reproductive allocation. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. And here goes the answer. It's respiratory loss, children. Yeah, the gross productivity, the gross primary productivity minus the loss due to respiration, right, gives you the net primary productivity. Yes, so keep that in your mind. Next one, the last and the final question for the session. During the purification process for recombinant DNA technology, addition of chilled ethanol precipitates out what? RNA, DNA, histones, polysaccharides. Your time starts 3, 2, 1 right now. And the answer is definitely DNA, right? During the purification process in recombinant DNA technology, chilled ethanol is commonly used to precipitate DNA from a solution. When ethanol is added to the DNA mixture and kept at a low temperature, the DNA strands clump together and become more visible as a precipitate. This helps in separating DNA from other cellular components. Alright, with that we are winding up today's 10 question. I hope you all enjoyed the session. All the very best, children. Exams are fast approaching. Please make use of the PYQs and tomorrow stay tuned for part 5. Okay, and if you're really enjoying the video and if you feel this is going to be super useful for your exam preparation, please share it with your friends. Subscribe the channel. Tada, bye bye, take care.